We're back at Denzel's Files, nigga. We're doing a motherfucking podcast today. We out here, we kicking it here with the lovely Chels. She's the best. Podcast.
Is it really a podcast if we don't have headphones and a microphone?
I mean, who gives a fuck? I mean, you know, we can do whatever we want.
But it's just, that's just like, you know.
Whose world is this?
I'm just making a joke.
Oh.
It wasn't well received, I see.
The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. You know I'm not a joking guy. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm a fun guy. I don't know about these jokes.
Look, barely.
Ooh, I got this new decal for my laptop. I fucking love it because it actually blocks the fucking light, but you know, obviously I don't have shit to do with Ohio State, but Ohio is my state, nigga, so that's why I have the decal. Like I said, these are all videos that I'm doing just to, you know, just to build content. I mean, you got to think of it more as like, you know, not just doing one video, but you're trying to do thousands of videos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not about just getting so caught up in the emotions of a single video, because a video is just a video, you know.
It's very rare, like, if one video would go...
Yeah, one video's not bringing you over
like,
the
you just
edge.
do one video and it's just, like, it for you.
That's not it.
That's very unlikely and rare.
Precise. All right, check out the shirt. I'm not always a dick. Just kidding. Go fuck yourself. So for anybody asking, I don't hang out with any narcs, all right? If I don't talk to you in person, it's because you're a fucking lame. Welcome to Denzel's Files. I don't consider myself an atheist, but let me tell you, this channel gives no fucks. If you're down to have a good laugh and see something entertaining, come on over to Denzel Files. I don't know if it's cutting my head off or not. This is a nice new angle. I fuck with it, but we're here. We're live.
Should we light a candle? No, it's too early.
No, I mean, if you want to.
Where?
The world is yours, Chelsea. The world is yours. So anyway, for those of you that may know or may not know, I'm currently a waiter, a server, whatever you want to call it. This is my favorite form of work right now because in my opinion, I mean, you're doing the least heavy lifting bullshit and you're doing the least, amount of pure hours. I just hate them hourly wage slave jobs. But anyways, you know, it's coronavirus season. We're back to, at work and whatnot, and shit's very annoying because, people are not tipping very well, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, when you live a tipped wage, you just have to deal with what comes. You know?
It just, it's just, scary, though, because, I also enjoyed serving, before, obviously before the pandemic happened, but, now it's not worth my time. I have a different job, but it's just what is the future of the service industry? Mm-hmm. Is it just going to be androids? It's just going to be robots. Right. I swear to God, it's going to be robots.
You know, which would suck. I mean, I really think that's the only industry that I enjoy working in.
They're already replacing cashiers with robots.
Yeah.
The self-checkouts.
Yeah, but you still need some human, you still need a few people to watch the door. And watch the people doing it, but
it provides
you don't need that many
jobs.
people. Yeah, much less jobs, yeah, for sure. I mean, but hey, this is the future, though. You know, we're getting more advanced. We have to. I think serving is it's a very intimate and I think it requires people a lot, in terms of serving somebody, just because, you figure, you need somebody to take the food to and from the table and take the plates. I mean, even if you have, I feel like the serving industry will be fine just based on the fact that for some reason people love going out to eat, one. And I think if you have say you use what's on the table, we call them TEDs, which is just what people use to cash themselves out and whatnot, which I think that's fine, but I feel like,
And they can order on them too.
They can order on them, but who's going to take the food out in a timely manner?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, and you also need people that can communicate effectively. We don't have, now if we get androids, like you're saying, if we get androids that can walk and talk, there's no.
No, I don't think it's going to be walking, I don't mean that, robots. I mean just being able to order at the table, and then people just run it to you. You just have runners.
So you're saying just use a TED and then just have 1 to 3 to 5 expediters instead of having actual servers?
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, it would almost be like you're serving instead of having a tip wage, you just have an hourly. Mm-hmm. Which still, I don't know. Then that will probably defeat the purpose of being a server altogether.
Yeah, it would. But it's unfortunate because...
Well, I don't want to say that, though, because, I mean, some people, like in Europe, they don't tip their employees. The employees make, $15 an hour.
Yeah.
So if they actually paid us what a server should be paid, then I would still do it.
But you still get that human interaction, though.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
You're not just running food. You are still taking orders.
Right. And contrary to the beliefs that people like to form around me that I'm an introvert, And it's true. Some people know me as that introvert, but I do enjoy human contact. It is more, I guess it's more engaging than, say, like a job where I'm on a phone all day, because I feel like I can't even stay awake if I'm at a job where I'm on a phone or something.
No.
Much more engaging if you're, interacting with people all day and, But,
like, we both complain about our respective jobs, but, like, I think we would both rather have a job that's, like, you're moving and walking around and you're not inside a house or a cubicle.
Yeah.
Then.
Exactly.
You know.
And even, like, homework is, like, homework is cool, but I just feel like it makes home. I just don't like to associate, like, I feel like home is my sanctuary,
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to really associate working all the time with home, unless it's something like videos, like I love to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, I was going to bring that up. Like, videos is kind of like a working from home, like YouTubers or social media influencers or whatever you want to call them. They pretty much work from home. I mean, I'm sure they travel, but...
That's the dream job, though.
Yeah, I'm also curious about the... Oops. I, like, knocked this fucking... I'm also curious about the longevity of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious of how long that... Because YouTube is, like, the biggest we've ever seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember when we were younger? Like, YouTube was not... I was watching, like... Who was I watching? Jenna Marbles and, like, Kingsley and...
Right.
YouTube was not that... And I was watching, like, cat videos. Like, YouTube was not that evolved.
No.
And it's, like... Now all YouTube is basically, like, a lot of creators. Which is cool, because there's someone out there for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And there's content, I think, out there for everybody. But then it's also weird, because it's just ads. Like, every video... Between every video, there's literally ads that you can't skip, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, shit, I might as well pay for cable at this point if I'm just being bombarded with ads.
See, I feel the exact opposite about that, honestly. I feel like, so in terms of YouTube, I mean, there's no way you can predict anything, because we would
No, you can't predict the longevity of it.
Especially even with my job, I never would have thought this would be happening. But
yeah,
I think YouTube is definitely different. I think it's already 10 times better than television. But
yeah, I mean, it is better than television,
because regardless of how many ads there are on YouTube, you can
you have the option to skip some of them.
Not only can you skip some of them, they're not that bad, and I mean, YouTube has to make revenue. That's why they have ads. I mean, what other way could YouTube make revenue?
Yeah, but it's just interesting, like, how much the ads have increased. I think specifically in the last 2 to 3 years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really just a lot of ads.
I mean, it is, but I think YouTube has... Okay, so I don't like to deal in absolutes because I'm not Nostradamus, but I think YouTube personally has a lot more longevity than anything else, just because, I mean, it's like the centerpiece of information now.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Google and YouTube are the age of information.
Well, the internet and social media in general.
Well, but I'm saying YouTube is where you can share all of your information in a video without, being stopped or being, basically you can really... I feel like YouTube is the place... Because, you figure we used to be confined to doing things like public shows. Let me pause this and restart it. Or after this point. But we used to be confined to do things like public shows or to spread your word. And now with YouTube, you can make a video and reach millions of people, And that's, that's... I feel like that's very, like... It's very...
cool.
It's almost futuristic, honestly.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I get, like, people... I guess you're right about that. People from different countries can really, like... come together. And
right, so you can reach people in different countries that you never would have talked to otherwise. So, that's what I love about it, really, and that's why I think it'll be around for a long time, So that's why I'm just trying to get my piece of the pie, Hopefully some people start watching, and, but it's about just got to keep working diligently, and they say if you keep working, what comes to you will,
Well, your views will be because of me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, and my female fan base is nowhere to be seen. Like I'm an underground artist, and I have a lot of other stuff I do. But I tell you, I'm about 80% male fan base. Because, I mean, I do a lot of intellectual stuff that doesn't really get the club jumping or anything. But I need, it's good to have you on here, like an intellectual female that, maybe women will be interested in viewing. Because, I mean, frankly, obviously a woman won't be interested in my viewpoints. And I don't really have anything I can really teach a woman per se. Just because, based on what I am into.
Whatever. I don't care anymore.
At the end of the day, it's just an opinion. They got to hate on somebody.
I don't care. I have people that I'm close to, and, I'm open. We're both open to meeting new people, but I just want to be myself, you know.
Right, of course, and So hey, we're here. This is the podcast with no headphones, no mic, and zero fucks given. It's Denzel's files in this bitch.
A Captain America pillow.
And a Captain America pillow. And just for a quick update, I'll probably throw this on the screen. As of recently, I've had a few releases. I've released quite a few or a few songs rather, on all the social media platforms, including, let me look it up real quick. I have to see the list of songs I dropped. I just want to let everybody know. Denzoul, Denzoul. You can find me on any of the streaming platforms now. I have a Denzoul topic page. Let me just make sure.
If I do this, will you just put it like
above your head?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to probably put it in the lower corner here, actually more around this area here, or like down here somewhere. But anyways, I've released my recent single, Galaxy, which I'll probably put a picture for Galaxy. All my other stuff isn't really new.
Is that why your screensaver is Galaxy?
Yes.
Oh. I just caught on to that.
Just my most recent song.
That's awkward. I didn't know that.
I mean, look, I'm not a famous artist. Like, I'm not going to be offended if you haven't heard my music.
No, I've heard. No, it's not that I haven't heard it. I'm just saying I didn't realize that your screensaver had to do with your song.
Oh, yeah. No,
it flew over.
Oh, yeah, no, I just posted it. But, yeah, I mean, shit, what was that I was going to say? I was going to say, yeah, go check that out. I mean, Apple Music, Spotify. Whatever else you can think of. I use CD Baby as my distributor and whatnot. But, my most recent song is Galaxy. I also did the Double Decker Deluxe Delinquent EP, which has 2 different covers because I couldn't put the actual cover on these streaming platforms. Anyways, switching gears, there's really only one topic I wrote down, and only because I made a video recently about it and I wanted to get a female opinion on it. But the topic says, and usually I don't go by topics because I don't like making a topic. I like going more, improv. But the topic says simp culture, and I would like to get the lovely Chelsea's thoughts on simp culture. So I'll give you a quick overview of my thoughts. I think when you call a male a simp in these day and age, let's put it this way. So you hear about all these people that are, like Louis C.K., that did fucked up shit about, what was his name? Bill Cosby or whatever. Mm-hmm. And you hear all these people, and these are bad dudes, I guess. They shouldn't be doing things like this of this nature. But
does that make them? Are you trying to say they're
No. I'm not trying to say this. This is what I'm trying to say. So for simp culture, my point is, so you see that what happens to these men, right? So if you look at the same story and you reverse the genders entirely, you'll never see a story pan out that has let's say there's a woman and she has like 4 males testify against her that they did sexual harassment, right? Mm-hmm. So the reason, and you'll never see the opposite happen, right? Mm-hmm. So the reality is that sexual harassment is more dangerous for males to partake in. So my thing about being a simp is about you have to teach males basically how to control themselves and basically to know that when they're in the wrong instead of persisting. You shouldn't teach men, I think, to just persist after women. And there's a very convoluted thing because people think a simp is like you're making fun of somebody. No, for me, I'm really trying to make people understand that if you focus on yourself, you won't have to be a simp, and women will be a part of your life regardless. With that, I would like to get the female opinion just as to what you think about simp culture. Maybe not even a direct response to me, maybe just in general how it's used, because I know it's used as more of a derogatory term, or like you're talking down on somebody if you're even complimenting a girl. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like I told you, I don't like that word, simp. I just think it's so derogatory. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I haven't really looked up the true sense of the word, but they make it just seem like a simp is somebody who cares about women or will do things for their significant other or somebody that they're trying to pursue or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, or maybe like a simp is somebody who like maybe expresses their more emotional side with a woman, and so it's just like it just doesn't make, I don't know, it's just like, why are we like making that a bad thing?
Right.
you know, like, well, I mean, I guess to reply to your statements, I mean, nobody should take part in sexual harassment, but, and it gets more pertinent, and unfortunately, for men, like, they really have to be educated, like, you can't do certain things.
Yeah.
Because of, you know, they can easily get sent to jail. They can be accused of sexual harassment or rape. And I'm not even like trying to down people's experiences, because if a woman feels sexually harassed, then that's how she felt, and I can't negate somebody's feelings. But like, you probably don't see a lot of males coming forward,
right,
for things like that.
Nor would
I
they
feel
ever.
like men don't really. I don't know. Do men feel uncomfortable though? Like if certain things were to happen, like a woman was maybe more of the aggressor, would a man feel uncomfortable? And it's like a man, and it's like in that culture, the men's culture, to, you know, not feel uncomfortable when a woman is pursuing you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like you almost have to take it. Well,
right.
That's just the culture. You don't have to, but that's just like how it's. I feel like that's how it's presented to men.
Right. Well, I think you know, I say if we're striving towards this. That's why I think male chauvinists make no sense and feminists make no sense, because if we're striving towards equality,
Mm-hmm.
then, you know, and we know how unrealistic the idea of equality is, because not everybody is born equal.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's what we're striving towards, we should at least try to at least come to, you know, an understanding that some men aren't even taught the boundaries around females, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some men are just think it's okay to do anything, and, you know, I think they need to understand that it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe that men, they need to be very, very careful, choose their actions very, very wisely,
Mm-hmm.
because at any given moment, you know, a man, in a man's mind, they could think that they're not doing anything bad, but in a woman's mind, they are uncomfortable, and in turn, they translate this to sexual harassment, or, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like the baseline, not even going as far as, you know, other things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It's men, they have to be very, very careful, especially in today's society, because everybody is getting called out. Everybody is getting called out for stuff. Everybody's past is being dug up.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to really be careful.
And we're in an era now where I feel like, and I don't mean to be and I'm not trying to pick any sides here, but I do feel like it's almost where, you know, it's almost like something that women can take advantage of, you know, to even make money off of men. And I think it's like,
I mean, sure, that's
at this
definitely an
point,
angle.
I think it's getting to a point where it's like women are just taking advantage of it at this point. So I think it's very important for men, especially at a young age, because you could do something that you think is okay with a girl, and 20 years later she testifies, and boom, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you really have to be, every choice you make is actually very important.
But is it really like that, or is it like now we're in a movement where people feel that they can speak out? Maybe they never had the courage to speak out before.
Right.
I'm not saying that every single sexual harassment case is like, or, you know, going even further, any kind of cases like that, I'm not saying that they're all 1,000% valid, because we know that people do lie.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm sure there are people that do it for the money. But, I mean, it's like when someone says something like that, like, what other choice do you have but to believe them? Especially if it happened, like, 30 years ago. Like, there's no concrete, how are you going to bring up evidence of something that happened 30 years ago, especially something like sexual harassment? That stuff is very hard to prove.
I think they automatically take the woman's side, though. Automatically.
Well, because that's something that happened. I mean, that's just their experience. It's like, who are we as humans to deny what they say they have experienced?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like I said, it's not even. You can't even. I can't even get into that because that's a sticky thing to disagree with.
Yeah.
But the point is, I think for me, just to be obviously aware and savvy and understand what you can and can't do.
Especially like for men, if you're raising sons, consent is important, but even for daughters, you should really make that a standard for women.
Yeah, same
too.
thing for women. Women shouldn't be all over sexualized, like, because a lot of times you see women like coming up to you, staring at you with these googly eyes, but it's like, why are you doing all this? It's like, you don't want anything out of me. Like, what is the point of this? Like, women need to better define their characteristics too. I mean, women are way too flirtatious, to, you know,
They
in
can
general,
be, yeah.
and it's just like, you know, women need to put a lid on that shit too. It's a crazy world we're living in today.
Well, yeah, I guess that's just part of the culture of the double standards.
Rated R Superstar Podcast. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this and hear from some good, genuine and you folks. And this is the lovely Chels for my attempting to get some female viewers. If you want to hear a female perspective, like I said, like and subscribe at Denzel's Files on YouTube. And
We
any
should
last
definitely have
comments?
any of our other female friends come on.
Yeah, we need some more female friends
Yeah.
on. Yeah, I'll have some just to get some different, get some different views, different perspective. Because people, females don't really want to. I feel like they don't want to hear about just me rambling about stuff all day.
No.
But yeah. So, anyways, so like and subscribe. If you want to catch us on the next one and see more content like this. I don't have a specific, way that I post videos. I just kind of post whenever I do. But so check out on the other content on the channel, and I guess I'll see you on the next one.